Don't let it run in your life.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Jeremy. We are here to talk about Gemini Man, starring Clive Owen, Mary
More.
Elizabeth Winstead, and more Will Smith than you can shake a stick at. Yeah. Did you like it?
I liked it. Not fantastic.
Not fantastic.
I'd give it more of a middle of the road type of thing.
If you had to go 1 to 10, like stars, IMDb, how do you give it?
I probably a straight 5, 5, 6.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was one of those movies for me that was, what was it, about an hour and 40 minutes or something like that?
The official runtime is an hour and 57 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I think 11 minutes of that is credits, though. It's about an hour and 46.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of took you away from things for a little while, and it was kind of a fun watch. But, I mean, if you look at it as just more of an entertaining type of movie, I'd take John Wick 3 over that any day.
I was thinking about John Wick the whole time.
So was I.
It was, but not in the same way. I
No?
was like, John Wick is so much action movie, it's
Yeah.
almost like self-parody and ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and which is fun, if that's what you're in the mood for.
And I think those are good, though, because, again, they just kind of take you away from reality for a little bit. And sometimes that's what I go to the movies for, is just, for that escape.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this movie did for me. And it did it okay.
If I was gonna go 1 to 10, I would go more like a 7. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. Nice, like, I guess, like, is spy the right word? Like spy thriller type thing. I got like shades of James Bond from it a little bit. Very bright, nice to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, good, decent thriller. Lots of action, but not to the point where it's like, I mean, again, like John Wick, I was bored like after a while. It's like it was like the 40-minute fight scene at the end of the original Transformers. It's like, okay, you guys, like I'm done.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know. I like the way that John Wick does it, though. I think that they do a good job.
You
at
like
it.
the way he does it, just the constant like bang bang right up, like stick the gun in here and just like pull the trigger about 350 times in a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like something with a little more nuance, I guess.
No, I mean, this one had a good story. It did keep that story going at that. There were very few, if any, kind of like, slow parts in it for me. I think it maybe could have been, it's just me because I like that more that faster pace of a movie, and that's why it's a little more middle of the road for me. Some of the action scenes in there were great action scenes. I mean, there wasn't much bad about this. I just, maybe that's my thing, is that I just like it to be a little bit faster.
John Wick has spoiled you. This is what I said with
Maybe it
back
did.
when John Wick came out. I was like, how do you make an action movie anymore now that is what they look like? And I liked this better because there's a little bit more to it than just stick that gun behind the ear and pull the trigger and repeat.
Little more meat. So what did you think about the story then?
Decent. Yeah,
Did
I
you?
liked it. I mean, it's definitely got the sci-fi bent, but it doesn't shove it down your throat.
It's not,
Doesn't come
exceedingly out there, though, either.
Nah, a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
And it doesn't beat you over the head with it. I think, though, that the main point of this movie is like a statement on aging stars of today.
Fair.
Yeah, because
Fair.
it's going to get to the point where they just don't even have people in movies anymore. They just put digital likenesses
Their
of
CGI
the stars
in there.
that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Will Smith.
Oh,
he's great.
yeah.
He's good in tons of stuff. He's good in plenty of serious movies. He's got all kinds of credits up and down the list. He can do anything.
He does do it all.
All of our action stars are at least in their 50s right now. Who do you know that's under it? Like anybody come to mind under the age of 50 that is
Like an action
leading
movie.
man in an action movie these
Like-
days? I mean, how old is Keanu Reeves now? Like I don't have my phone.
I mean, he's probably pushing close, if not. Yeah.
He's probably the youngest of the
Yeah.
bunch.
So, I mean, when you say action, though, I mean, if you look at Spider-Man,
Fair enough.
it's not the same
I guess
same
there's-
genre as
all right,
action.
all right, You got me.
But he held his own.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but no, there's few.
Yeah.
There's very, very few.
Tom Cruise is going to be.
I was
Top Gun
just
movie
gonna
next
say
year.
Tom Cruise. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still making Mission Impossible
He's
and
not-
Top Gun.
He's not as old as I thought he was, but he is older. He was older than Wilford Brimley was when Wilford Brimley made Cocoon when the last Mission Impossible movie came out.
Seriously?
Yeah. Wilford
Wow,
Brimley.
there's
is
a bit of
always-
movie trivia
Yeah,
for
Wilford.
you there.
I mean, that was a meme going around. Hopefully, folks see it because it was an important public service announcement.
Yeah, so with that being said, in this movie, who do you think, outside of Will Smith, because I think Will Smith just does a pretty good job in almost everything that he does, who did the best job in this movie?
Jeez, there aren't even that many characters in it. I mean, do you know that that's the girl from Scott Pilgrim versus the
Yes.
World? Yeah, that's.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh God, I always forget about that one
Yeah.
too. Yeah. She's got some talent then.
She
gets some chameleon credit there.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she did a good job.
Yeah, gotta give it to her.
I think Benedict Wong always does a good job.
Yeah, he's good comic relief
Yeah.
for sure.
And I was slightly disappointed with Clive Owen. I don't know why. I like Clive Owen a lot as well.
What do you like Clive Owen in?
Law-abiding citizen.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's a great one.
See, I think Clive Owen. I think Shoot 'Em Up.
Oh, you picked one of his best ones.
I mainly think Children of Men.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Children of Men was a good one. He did a good job in Closer.
Ooh, okay, yes, I did see that.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got the kind of clout that Will Smith has.
No. No, I don't think he does, but I do think that a lot of the movies that I've seen him in, I've liked what he's done, and I just don't think like this role held up to many of the other ones.
So just middle of the road for you?
Just middle of the road for me. I mean, it's a good escape. It's a pretty decent action flick, with peppered with some sci-fi. I don't think you can go wrong with it, but I think it just depends on what you're looking for and what you're expecting. If you've been spoiled like me with John Wick, then I think it was just a little bit too slow.
Brainwashed with John Wick.
Stop
Just,
hating.
like, stick a stick in there and stir it around like some kind of lobotomy or something.
But it was a good movie. I can't pick apart a whole lot of faults or anything like that.
Neither. Very, very solidly done. I feel like I know the people that come here. I think they would enjoy it.
Yeah,
a lot.
I get it. Just real quick, when you were watching this movie, how many times did you see The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I didn't watch that show that much.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like, you couldn't get away from it.
Oh.
But were you a big fan? Did you watch it?
I was a big fan. I watched it a lot.
So was it hard to not see him?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. There was actually this one scene when he shed a tear, and I just couldn't stop thinking about that episode where Carlton took Will Smith's pills and ended up getting very sick, and it was one of the best Fresh Prince episodes ever. But Will Smith gave this just like huge dramatic performance that was pretty awesome, and that tear just kind of reminded me of that scene, and I was like, oh my God, I'm back in Bel Air here.
Well, that's our thoughts on the Gemini Man.
Still think you should go see it though.
Definitely, it's good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than he did, obviously. So yeah, check it out. See you later.
All right, see.
Thanks.
I agree.
What would you do with if you had a clone. Oh, I just couldn't stop fantasizing that the whole time. Like, I usually think of this in terms of a time machine. If I had a time machine, I would just travel back in time, and I would work here with myself, and then I would just like go sleep for as much as I possibly could, and then like the time wouldn't matter anymore. I'd just go back to when it's time to work. Good times. Take days off with the family. Of course, by the time I was 40, I would be 65. But yeah, it would be worth it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
mm,